Good evening and welcome to News Geelong on this St Patrick's Day 2010. Hope you've had a great day. In tonight's News Geelong, Barwon Health is again to the forefront with the proactive introduction of a new service aiding deaf and hearing impaired persons. In the world of Geelong sport, our pulsating man of sports, Tim Mitchell, continues to keep us up to date with the latest news on the Geelong Football Club and the new facilities down at Kardinia Park. And in the world of weather, we will hear from our own sparkling Lani Salathiel as she presents the weather on the continuing prospects of sunshine on our shoulders. Our first story this evening. The historical schoolgirls rowing head of the river was again held over the magic mile of the famed Barwon River rowing course last weekend. There has been speculation arising that this historic event may be moved to another location. In News Geelong tonight, Merrill Friend spoke exclusively with Councillor Stretch Contelge regarding this matter.
The schoolgirls' head of the river has been held on the Barwon River here in Geelong for decades, and they're under threat of Ngambie trying to steal the schoolgirls as well as they had previously with the schoolboys. Now, I met with the newly appointed patron of the Geelong Rowing Association, Councillor Stretch Contel, and other officials down here on the Barwon River.
Yes, well, look, this has been in the wind for a while. You know, back in 2000, 2001, Ngambie was already looking to get the schoolgirls across from Geelong, and we all fought very hard, the Geelong Rowing Association and the City of Greater Geelong. We're fortunate we were able to save the event at that time, which was initially a 5-year contract, which was then extended for a further period, but it expires next year. So we need to start working hard because overtures are already being made to the organising committee of the schoolgirls, head of the river, to go to Ngambie. Well, look, it's a premier event, so Ngambie would be trying their best to get the event, naturally, because it's a feather in their cap if they can have not only the schoolboys and the schoolgirls. You know, we've got a lot going for us too. Geelong's got the history, it's got the accommodation, it's got the culture and the heritage, and families and schoolgirls love coming and competing on our boutique river, which we all acknowledge is not only the best in Victoria, but I'd say best in Australia. But there's always a debate on whether the river's long enough. We're limited by length here in Geelong. 1,500 metres is the maximum length, whereas Ngambie can accommodate 2 kilometres. So there's some elements of the rowing fraternity would argue that the girls should be rowing over 2 kilometres, similar to the boys, whereas we believe that there are other added features and benefits of having it in Geelong, such as the camaraderie that comes, the heritage, the history that's developed by having it here. And naturally, the course is narrower here than in Ngambie, so we've got a fight on our hands.
On the Barwon River, Merrill Friend for News Geelong.
Thank you very much, Merrill. The Geelong Ring Road has introduced the opportunity for the naming of new roads and bridges throughout its north and south length, as Luke Wisbowski reports.
Bridge connecting Pigdens Road and Thornhill Road here in Highton. This completion of Stage 3 of the Geelong Ring Road has also resulted in a section of Wandana Drive in Wandana Heights being truncated from Balborough Road down to a point adjoining the Ring Road boundary. After a vote by local residents, this new section of road will be called City View Drive.
Yeah, Pigdens Bridge was named basically for emergency vehicle processes. Like, no one actually lives on the bridge, but if there was, heaven forbid, there's an accident here on the bridge, emergency vehicles, police, ambulance would need to know where to go. So it's purely a safety issue, so that they can find, emergency services can find something in the case of an accident. Oh yes, City View Drive was a renaming of part of Wandana Drive. With the construction of the Ring Road, there was a truncation in Wandana Drive, so you had 2 dead ends effectively of Wandana Drive because of the Ring Road. So what happened was there were 2 names put up, City View Drive and Brownhill Drive, and it was actually sent out to residents to vote on. So it was a public process. Everyone put their bids in, if you like, what they liked, and the majority of people went for City View Drive. More modern name. Brownhill Drive was one of the original property owners there, but the people chose City View, and that's what the city's gone with.
Luke Wisbowski, News Geelong.
Thank you very much, Luke, and News Geelong will be keeping an eye on that because we may start a campaign for the Brian Coghlan overpass towards the end of the Geelong Ring Road. Fishing is the largest participative sport in Australia. And this week, Geelong's waterfront was a scene for the Pulse community radio station's annual Fishing Bonanza, as Meryl Friend reports.
A live fishing broadcast down here on the beautiful Corio Bay, and they've had clinics, they've had fishing pros down here telling people all about fishing, what they need to do, and we're waiting for the winner.
Yeah, we've got Aaron Hassett down here with the largest fish weighed in or measured in this morning at 36.5 centimetres. We had, as did you mention, we had another fish measured up exactly the same length about an hour later. So, Aaron, congratulations, mate. Well done.
Thank you.
Good stuff. Cheers. Late entry. I think he only decided to fish the tournament or the competition late last night. What'd you get it on, mate?
I got on the squidgy fish, so in the black gold colour, 70 mil.
And how were you working the lure?
Sort of long, slow lifts with a little bit of a flick at the top, and then grabbed it at the top of the lift there.
Okay, Aaron's been fishing soft plastics for about 2 years now, so it's been a fairly steep learning curve, and he's been doing really well, especially over the last 12 months.
And I'm here with Darren Williams, and you're a project manager on the bay here down in Geelong.
That's correct, yep.
And what's your role entail?
We look after all the navigation aids for the channels for the boats, for the ships that come down through into the Geelong port.
Okay,
Yeah.
so that'll keep you pretty busy?
Yeah, it does. It keeps us fairly busy. It's good. It's good fun.
And I know you've got lots of sailing boats out here as well. Do you ever have any problems with them in the shipping channel?
Most of those guys know what to do, so they're all okay, yeah.
Terrific. So we're on the Harbour Master's boat today. What's this vessel used for?
The boat's used to patrol the Victorian regional channels into Corio Bay and up to the refinery pier. There's 77 markers out there, and they just keep all the boats outside of those markers.
Keeping everybody safe.
Yeah, stopping boats colliding and things like that, keeping everyone safe.
Fantastic. Thanks for your time today.
No problem.
Meryl Friend, News Geelong.
Thank you, Meryl. Great to see Freddie Hodges, former Premier cricketer for Geelong, showing his versatility in the world of fishing down there on the Geelong waterfront. The APCO Geelong Harness Racing Cup will be again run this Saturday evening at Beckley Park. John Dunn caught up with the patriarch of this great annual event, Mr Ron Anderson for News Geelong.
All roads lead to Geelong on Saturday night, Beckley Park, the running of the 2010 APCO Geelong Pacing Cup. And joining us is, I suppose we'll call him the patriarch of the APCO group, Mr Ron Anderson. Ron, it's been a long association with your company and the Geelong Harness Racing Club Cup.
Yeah, it has, John. It's, I think, about 17 years. Look, I'm not positive, and even the club, I think, can't find the history of it, and I couldn't find it either. So, yeah, but I'd say about 17 years.
Do you recall how it came about?
Oh, I just left the board in '93, and I think they'd lost the sponsor at the time, and I think they were shopping for a sponsor, and I went and had a talk to them, and that's how it sort of started. But it's grown since then, and the boys have continued to support it because they know that I've supported harness racing all my life, not just here at Geelong, but in, you know, Terang and different places around Bendigo and so forth. So the boys have taken it up and have continued to do so.
Oh, well, there you go. Thanks for joining us at the launch here. Ron Anderson, of course, the founder, the patriarch of the APCO group, again sponsoring the Cup, the 2010 APCO Easy Shops Geelong Pacing Cup this Saturday night.
Thanks very much to John Dunn. As we go to a break on News Geelong and return with more after this.